ए टू जेड चैनल। आज मैं बात करूंगा जरा सा आईआईएम का इंटरव्यू, दैट इज़ अ टेक्निकल इंटरव्यू के बारे में, क्योंकि बहुत सारा ज़्यादा सा इसका जो कंप्यूटर साइंस आईटी एंड आईटीईएस बैकग्राउंड है उसको बहुत ही सब क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है। सो क्योंकि पूछने से पहले क्या क्या पूछा जाता है उसके लिए 50 को क्वेश्चन मैं पाइथन से रिलेटेड मैं बात कर लेता हूँ, क्योंकि विच इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस नाउ डेज एंड दे मे ask any time. And if you are a mechanical engineer or chemical engineer or civil engineer and you are working in IT and IT sector, they may ask the same questions to you as because you have an same background questions. Okay, actually your background is IT and ITES. So this is the question. First question is that how will you improve the performance of a program in Python? Okay, that is the most simple and general question they are asking. So here you can see that is the most simple question, that improve the performance. So many way you can give the answer, that many way, that is data structure and standard library and abstraction and the algorithm. Okay, so first of all we will go to that how to do that. First of all I will do that. What is the data structure? Data structure is that we have to select the right data structure for our purpose of the Python, as because which is the most important criteria. And then is the standard library, that wherever possible we would use the methods of standard library, and methods implemented in the standard library have much better performance than the implementation. And then they may ask question, what is the abstraction? And at that time the lot of abstraction and indirections can use can cause slow performance of a program, and we should remove the redundant, that is the data redundancy, that is basically the abstraction in code. And that is the most important thing, is that is the algorithm. That algorithm is basically one of the right algorithm can make a big difference in a program, and a wrong algorithm doesn't have any quality to do something like that. Okay, so in this way you can answer, and we have to find the select and suitable algorithm or that optimum algorithm to solve our problem with the high performance, however, so that you will get everything, and whatever your target, automatically you will achieve your target. Okay, so then the next point is that question is that what are the benefits of using Python? Okay, it is a simple question, very simple question, but when they will ask you, so you will not give you the answer. So that's why I made it. That is the efficient, first of all, then faster, then wide uses, and then the easy to learn. Okay, so first of all, that is efficient means that is Python is very efficient in memory management and for a large data set like big data, and it is the easier to program in Python. And faster is that though Python code is interpreted, still Python is a very fast program. And wide usage is that you should give like answer like this. Okay, otherwise क्या होगा ना, आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा, जो आंसर बोलिएगा वो गलत होता रहेगा, ठीक है ना. So wide usage क्या होता है? The Python is widely used among the different organizations for different projects, and due to its wide use, and there are thousands in advance available for use with Python. And then is easy to learn. Thus Python is quite easy to learn. This is the biggest benefit of using Python. And the most important thing is this, that Python you can do anything from Python. I mean the complex tasks can be very easily implemented in the Python. Okay, so next is this, the question is how will you specify source code encoding with the Python source file? Okay, so that is also an important question, like that how will you specify source code? Okay, so that is basically the source code. Source code is an encoding in a Python source file. तो यहाँ पर देखिए क्या, क्योंकि the by default every source code file is Python is UTF-8 coding, and but we all can also specify our own encoding for source files, and this can be done by adding following line after as an this. Okay, this line and is a source file. So this is the coding and encoding file, and in the above line we can replace encoding with the encoding with what we want to use. So this is the answer. So in this way we will move. Okay, so next question is that I'll give you at least 50 questions. Okay, so 50 questions will be discussed. So then what is the question, then what is the use of PEP8 in Python? So PEP is a style guide of a Python code, and the document provides the coding conventions for writing code in Python. And coding conventions are about indentation, formatting, tabs, maximum line length, imports organization, line spacing, and we use PEP8 to bring consistency in our code, and we consistency in the easier for other developers to read the code. So this is as simple as that. And then we will move to the next question. So what will be the next question? Then number 5 is this. Then what is the pickling in Python? Okay, so pickling in a process, that is basically process known to all. This is very easiest process. That is PC pickling is a process by which Python object hierarchy can be converted into a byte stream, and the reverse operation of pickling is unpickling. That is basically known to all. And the most important thing is Python has a module named pickle, and this module has the implementation of powerful algorithm of serialization and deserialization of Python object structure. And some people also call pickling as serialization or marshalling. Okay, so with serialization we can transfer Python objects over the network, and it is also used to persisting the state of Python object, and we can write it in the file or the database. Okay, so the next is, if you can see, we will go through the next, and I'm coming. So 1 second. Yes, it is done. And then number 6 question is this, that how does memory management work in Python? Okay, so that is also an important question. So यहाँ पर देखिए, there is a private heap space in Python, that is the memory management work. Okay, that is memory management Python. His headspace in the Python that contains all the Python objects and data structure. And in C Python there is a memory manager responsible for managing the heap space. So there is different components in Python memory manager that handle segmentation and sharing, caching, memory pre-allocation, etc. And Python memory manager also that takes care to garbage collections and by using reference counting algorithm. So this is also the most important criteria. Okay, so next question is like that. Just 1 second. I am moving to the laptop. So next question is that, how will you perform the static analysis in Python script? That we can use static analysis tool called PyChecker for this purpose, and PyChecker can detect the error of the Python code, and PyChecker also gives warning for any style issues. So some other tools for the find bugs in Python code are PyLint and PyFlex. This is also known to all. And number 8 question is, what is the difference between tuple and list in Python? In Python, tuple and the list are built in data structure. Some of the difference between the tuple list are given below. You can see that the syntax, mutable and size is the differences. Syntax means the tuple is closed in parenthesis, and mutable is this. Tuple is an immutable data structure, whereas a list of mutable data structure. Size is a tuple takes much lesser space than a list of Python. Okay, and then the performance, tuple is faster than a list in Python, and so it gives us good performance. And use case, since tuple is immutable, we can use it is in cases like dictionary creations, and whereas a list is preferred in the use case where data can alter. So the next question is this, and what is the Python decorator? So Python decorator is a mechanism to wrap a Python function and modify its behavior by adding more functionality to it, and we can use @ symbol to call a Python decorator function. Okay, so the next question is that, how are argument passed in the Python method and by value or by reference? Every argument in a Python method is an object. All the variables in the Python have the references to an object. Therefore, arguments in Python method are passed by reference. And since some of the objects passed as references are mutable, we can change those objects in a method. But for an immutable object like string, and any change down within a method is not reflected outside. Okay. So next is this, what is the difference between list and dictionary data types in the Python? The main difference between the list and dictionary data types in the Python are as follows. That is the syntax. Syntax is basically, in a list we store objects in a sequence, and in a dictionary we store objects in key value pairs. Reference is this, in list we access objects by index number and it starts from 0 index, and in a dictionary we access objects by key specified in the time of the dictionary creation. And ordering is this, and in a list objects, so if you can see here, list objects are stored in the ordered sequences, and in dictionary objects are not stored in an ordered sequence. And hassling is this, What is the hashing? Hashing is basically in a dictionary keys have to be hashable, and in a list there is no need of hashing. Okay, so then is what are the different built-in data types available in the Python? Some of the built-in data type Python are as follows. The numeric types, there are the data types used to represent numbers in Python, and int means that it is used for the integers, and long refers that it is used for the very large integers for the non-limited length, and float it is used for decimal numbers, and complex is this one is for representing complex numbers. And then the sequence types, these data types are used to represent sequence in character or object. str means that is this is similar to string in Java, and it can be represented a sequence of character, and bytes mean this is a sequence of integer in the range of 0 to 255, and byte array means that like bytes and byte but mutable, see below, only available in Python 3.x. and list is this is a sequence of objects, and tuple is this is a sequence of immutable object. And set series, this is a unordered collections, and set is this is a collection of unique objects. Okay, so frozen set is basically this is a collection of unique immutable objects, and mapping is basically this is the similar to map in Java. Okay, and dict is basically this is also called a hash map. Okay, that I told earlier that it has key value pair to store information by using hashing. Okay, then the question is this, then what is the namespace in Python? A namespace in Python is mapping between a name and the object. Okay, first of all, and it is currently implemented in Python dictionary. And the set of built-in exceptions names, the set of built-in names, the local names in a function. At different moments in Python, different namespaces are created, and each namespace in Python can have the different lifetime. For the list of built-in names, the namespace is created when Python interpreter starts, and when Python interpreter reads the definition of a module, it creates global namespace in the modules. Okay, so when Python interpreter calls a function, it creates local namespace for the function. So then the question is, how will you concatenate multiple strings together in Python? It is use plus operator and use join function. Okay, and then this is given. And then the next question is that what is the use of pass statement in Python? The use of the pass statement is to do nothing. It is just a placeholder for a statement, and it is required to syntax purpose, and it does not execute any code or command. That is the syntax purpose. And the minimum class, then placeholder for to do work. Then what is the use of the slicing in Python? We can use slicing in Python to get a substring from the string, and the syntax of slicing is very convenient to use. The following example, and we are getting the substring out of the name John. This is something like that, and in slicing we can give two indices in the string to create a substring, and if we don't give first index, then it defaults to 0. Okay, and then that is the if we don't give second index, then it defaults to size of the string. So what is the difference between the docstring in Python and javadoc in Java? So a docstring in Python is a string used for adding comments or summarizing a piece of code in Python. The main difference between javadoc and docstring is that docstring is available during the runtime as well, and whereas the javadoc is removed from the bytecode and it is not represented in .class file. Okay, so this is the most important thing, and we can even use docstring comments at runtime as a interactive help manual. And in Python we have to specify docstring as a first statement of the code object and just after the def or class statement. Okay, and then the docstring for object code object can be accessed from the doc attribute of the object. And the next question is that how to perform unit testing for Python code. So that is basically unit test or unit test 2 to create the run unit test, and that is basically do automation to test. That is the basically the test fixture and the test case, which is the most important. And this is the main unit test. Test case is the main unit test that we run on a piece of code, and we can use the test case base class to the create new cases. And the test suite and the test runner is also there. Test suite is basically we can aggregate our unit test cases in a test suite, and test runner is that we use test runner to execute unit tests and produce reports to the test run. Okay. And the next is this. Then what is the difference between the iterator and iterable in Python? So an iterable is a object that can be iterated by an iterator. In Python, iterator object provide this is in this way, and next is in Python iterable object is also functions and that runs in iterator object. Okay, so this is the thing. And the next question is that what is the use of generator in Python, which is the most important question. That we can use generator to create iterators in Python, and generator is written like a regular function, and it can use yield statement to return data during the function call, and in this way we can write complex logic that works as an iterator. And generator is more compact than an iterator due to the fact that in this way and are automatically created by a generator. And also within a generator code, local variables and execution state are saved between the multiple calls, and therefore there is no need to add extra variables like self.index etc. to keep track iteration. Okay, so generator also increases the readability of the code written in Python, and it is the very simple implementation of an iterator. Okay, so this way you can apply, they can ask in any question. Okay, so what is the significance in function to start and end with symbol in that symbol, there is the underscore symbol in Python. So Python provides many built-in functions that are surrounded by underscore symbol at the start at the end of the function name. As per the Python documentation, double underscore symbol is used to reserved names of the function, and these are also known as system defined for name names. So there is some important functions are there. And the next question is that what is the difference between X range and the range in Python? In Python we use range 0 to 10 to create a list of memory of 10 numbers. Python provides another function X range parenthesis that is the similar to range, but X range returns to a sequence object instead of list object, and in X range all the values are not stored simultaneously in memory, and it is the lazy loading based function. And but as per the Python documentation, the benefit of X range and override is very minimal, and as the version 3.1 X range is deprecated. And the next question is this, then what is the lambda expression in Python? What is the representation of lambda? A lambda expression in Python is used for the creating of any anonymous function. So this is the thing, and wherever we need function we can use that, also use the lambda expression, and details has been given in this screen. So the next question is that how will you copy an object in Python? That in Python we have had two options to copy an object. It is similar to cloning an object, the Java, that is the shallow copy and deep copy. This is known to all. Okay, I can't tell you the detail. So this is the thing. And the next question is this, that what are the main benefits of using Python? That is easy to learn, large library and readability, memory management, complex built-in data types. Okay, and the next is this, that what is the meta class in Python? So meta class in Python is also known as a class of a class, and the class defines the behavior of instance, and the meta class defines the behavior of a class. Okay, so next question is this, that what is the use of frozen set in Python? The frozen set is a collection of unique values in Python, and in addition to all the properties of set, a frozen set is immutable and hashable. Once we have set in the valuable in a frozen set, we can't change, and so we can't use and update methods from the set of frozen set. Being hashable, we can use the objects in frozen set as key in the dictionary. And the next is this, that what is the Python Flux? Python Flux is a macro framework used in Python to develop a web application, and it is a very simple application framework that has many extensions to build an enterprise level application. And Flux does not provide a data abstraction layer or form validation by default, while we can use external libraries on top of the Flux to perform such tasks. The number 29 question is, what is the none in Python? None is reserved keyword used to Python for null objects, and it is neither a null value nor null pointer. It is an actual object in Python, and there is only one instance on none in a Python environment. Okay. Then 30th number question is, what is the use of zip function in Python? In Python we have built-in zip function that can be used to aggregate all the iterable objects in the iterator, and we can use it aggregate iterable object, the two iterators as well. And what is the use of hashtag operator in this symbol operator in Python? The Python provides operator to perform 4 division of a number by another. The result of operator is a whole number without decimal part and quotient that we get by dividing a left number with right number. Okay, so this is the thing. And the next question is that is the what is the module in Python? A module in script written in Python with import statement and classes function, and we can use the module in another Python script by importing it or the giving complete namespace. And with modules we can divide the functionality of our application in smaller chunks that can be easily managed. And the next is this next question is that how can we create dictionary with the order set of keys Python? In a normal dictionary in Python there is no order maintained between the keys, and to solve this problem we can use order dict class in Python, and this class is available in the user version 2.7. It is the similar to a dictionary in Python, and but it maintains the insertion and order of keys of the dictionary collections. And the next question is this: that Python is an object oriented programming language or a functional programming language? That is the most important question. And if you can see that Python uses most of the object oriented programming concept, but we can also do functional programming in Python also. And as per the opinion in experts, Python is a multi-paradigm programming language, and we can do functional, procedural, object oriented, imperative program with the help of Python. That is the most important answer. The next question is that how we can retrieve data from a MySQL database in a Python script. That is the most important question. To retrieve data from a database, we have to use the module available for the database for MySQL database and import MySQL DB module in our Python script. And we have to first connect to a specific database by passing URL, username, password, and the name of the database. Once we establish the connection, we can open a cursor with cursor function, and open cursor we can run if take and function of execute queries and retrieve data from the database tables. And then that is the what is the difference between the append and extend function of a list of Python. In Python we get a built-in sequence called list, and we can call standard functions like append and extend on a list, and we call append method to add an item to the end of the list, and we can extend method to add another list to the end of the list. In append we have to add items one by one, and but in extend multiple items from another list can be added to the same item. The next question is this: that how will you handle an error condition in Python? We can implement exemption handling to handling error conditions in Python code, but if we are expecting an error condition that we can't handle, and we can raise another appropriate message. So anyway, the details has been given, and if you want details I will send you through the email, and you can ask me in an email that is mba2zinquiry@gmail.com. and hope you are enjoying this video. तो मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा सबसे कि प्लीज़ लास्ट तक मेरा वीडियो को देखें, क्योंकि अदरवाइज आपको समझ में कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. So what is the difference between split and slicing in Python? Both split function and the slicing work in a string object. By using split function we can get the list of words from the string, and slicing is a way of getting substring from the string, and it returns another string. The next is how will you check in Python and if a class in subclass of another class. The Python provides a useful method in subclass AB to check whether class A or class of B. There is a false and the bool statement and ISSUB class and bool and int function, true and false function. Okay, how will you do debug in a piece of code in Python? In Python we can use the debugger pdb for debugging the code, and to start debugging we have to enter following lines on the top of the Python script. This is known to all import pdb, and after adding these lines our code runs in debug mode, and now we can use commands like breakpoint, step through and step into for debugging. So this is known to also all. And the 41 number of question is how do you profile a Python script? Python provides a profiler called cprofile that can be used in profiling Python code, and we can call it from our code as well as the interpreter, and it gives use the Python number of functions calls as well as the total time taken run the script, and we can even write the profile result to a file instead of standard out. The next question is this: that what is the difference between is and double is equal to in Python? So we use these to check an object against this its identity, and we use this to check equality on the two subjects. So next question is this: how will you share variable across modules in Python? Then we can create a common module with variables that we want to share, and this common module can be imported in all the modules in which we want to share the variables. In this way, all the shared variables will be in one module and variable in sharing with any new module as well. How can we do functional programming in Python? In functional programming, we decompose a program into functions, and these functions take input and after processing give an output, and the function does not maintain any state, and Python provides built-in functions that can be used for functional programming, and some of these functions are map, reduce, filter, and event in iterators and generators can be used for functional programming in Python. And what is the improvement in enumerate function in the Python? In Python, enumerate function is an improvement over regular iteration. The enumerate function returns an iterator, it gives 0 item, okay, and the list ij in the enumerate. This is a very easy function, okay, the print is ij and you will get all the values, okay. So the next question is this, that how will you execute a Python script in Unix? Okay, to execute Python script in Unix, we need to have Python executor in Unix environment, and in addition to that we have to add following line as the first line in the Python script file. This will tell Unix in use Python interpreter to execute the script. What is the next question? So next question is this, and what are the popular Python libraries used in data analysis? Okay, some of the popular libraries in Python used for data analysis are, that is the pandas, that is powerful Python data analysis toolkit. scikit, this is the machine learning library in Python, and cborn, this is a statistical data visualization library in Python, and scipy, this is an open source system for science, mathematics and engineering implemented in Python. Okay, so then number 48 question is this, and what is the output of following code Python? This is the code, the list ab, the print list 3, the output code is the following in this parenthesis, and even though list has only 2 elements, the call to the list with index 3 does not gives any index error. There is as simple as that. This is nothing serious, I think. So 49 number question is, what is the output of the following code of Python? Okay, that output of this following code, there is John Smith print name 0.5 will be the John Smith. Okay, so this is as simple as that. Okay. Very easy questions. So if you have data with name of customers and their location, which data type will use to store in the Python? In Python, we can use dict data type to store key value pairs, and in this example, customer name can be the key and the other location can be the value in the dict data type. And dictionary, that basically the dictionary is an efficient way to store data, and that can be looked up based on the key. So please see my videos and please like and subscribe to my channel. You will get lots of video regarding this, and those are the technical points are the most important, as because क्या होता है ना, जब हम लोग टेक्निकल पॉइंट पूछने आता है ना, हम लोग जवाब नहीं दे पाते, तो इसके लिए मैं बहुत सारा जो इंटरव्यू में क्वेश्चन पूछे वो भी बता दूंगा। इसका जो पाइथन रिलेटेड, सी रिलेटेड, क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग रिलेटेड बहुत सारा चीज़ मेरे चैनल में आएगा। सो देखते रहिए, एंजॉय करते रहिए, और क्या है ना जी, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो, वीडियो को शेयर करो, और प्लीज़ गिव एंड subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you, best of luck, and you will get lots of things from my videos, so don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you very much.